Hello, Wendy Schultz here, CEO and founder of the Simple Life Hospitality. Today I want to talk to you about 5 things you should do before you make a purchase in a vacation rental. Now, having the ability to purchase a vacation home that you intend to use for your family and then rent when you are not staying there is a very exciting and fun thing. And a lot of times the properties are paying for themselves or even coming in at a profit. So we have worked with a lot of people who are looking to make a purchase in a property, but sometimes they don't know where to start or what to do. So I want to give you this video to talk about 5 of the things that I recommend that people understand prior to making a purchase. So the first one is that you understand the regulations. There are lots of different municipalities, the states, they all have different rules about vacation rentals. Some of them have none at all. Some of them have very onerous restrictions, and some of them have outright banned them. So you really want to be careful to understand what is going on in the area that you're looking to make a purchase, because one of the biggest mistakes you can make is by buying a property that you actually can't use as a vacation rental. And it has happened. It has happened to people that I know, and unfortunately, it's not much you can do about it, and you may have to sell the property and start over. Or you may not be able to do a vacation rental at all. So that's something very important. Make sure you contact the municipality to find out if there are some rules and regulations, and that you read those to see if you're able to operate your vacation rental the way that you want it to, that you don't actually have to live on site with the people when they're there. That's one of the big ones I've seen that would really hinder the ability to do a vacation rental. Number 2, check other properties in the area. Go on Airbnb and VRBO and just look around at properties in the area that you're looking at. Look at that bedroom count that you have, if they have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, how many people it sleeps, and just look to see what their nightly rate is. Look at what is a nightly rate in January, what is one in February, July, all these different times of the year, so you can understand kind of a big picture of what the property is going to get per night. And then, the property doesn't have to be booked all year round. We have properties that are seasonal and they make a lot of money during the high season and then they shut down for the winter. And then we have other properties that are open all year round. And those properties, they have a better high season and then they book during the off season, but it doesn't have to always be booked. But you do want to make sure that the amount that is being booked during the high season is enough to cover the costs involved to continue to operate that property. So you want to make sure that it's commanding a high enough rate in the high season to make up for that off season where there's not as much revenue coming in. Number 3, check on vacation rental managers. Talk to a few of them and see how they operate in the area. What is it that they do? How much do they charge? What is included in that service, and most importantly, how do they market? Because at the end of the day, marketing is a huge part of getting your property booked. And a lot of places don't market the properties properly. And unfortunately, that really hits the pocketbook hard. So one of the things I like to, check in as do they do advertising online? Do they belong to any tourism bureaus? Do they do Airbnb and VRBO? What are they doing to market your property actively? That is something that's very important because that's what helps to drive bookings and ultimately revenues. Number 4, know the costs involved. With a vacation rental, a vacation property, there are a lot of things that can get pretty expensive. So you need to understand what are those things. So you're going to have to pay for utilities. If you have a septic tank, you're going to have to be paying to get that thing pumped more frequently when you have guests staying there. If you have, you're going to have internet and cable. Most guests at least expect internet. Cable is becoming a little less popular, but definitely if you can get internet, you should have internet. You're going to have insurance that's going to cost a little bit more because this is a short-term rental insurance and not a residential insurance. So you're going to want to talk to an insurance agent who understands short-term rentals and can get you that kind of insurance. The other thing you're going to have is lawn and snow. So those are costs that are going to be involved. And then of course you're going to have repairs, and you're going to have furnishings too. So things are going to break. You're going to have to, replace sheets and things like that on occasion. So those are all costs that are involved. So the thing to understand is, what are those costs? What would it be kind of on a monthly basis? Just kind of do some figuring as what it would cost to run that place. And then my number 5 recommendation is to run the numbers on that and just find out how much money you're going to need to at least pay for a few months while the vacation rentals gets up and running. They don't, some of them go, immediately really strongly, and some of them just take some time to get up and running. You got to get bookings. Maybe you start in the off season, so it takes a while. You don't have any reviews, so you have to get people to trust enough to book the place. And if they haven't, and if there's all these other competitors out there, because there's not a lot of demand right now, and they have reviews, it just takes some time to get people comfortable to going to the property and making those reviews. And then as that goes on, you go up higher in the search rankings, and you get more confidence of people booking the place and staying there more frequently. So the point is, you're going to have some expenses in the meantime while you're waiting for these bookings to start coming in. So make sure you have some reserves that you can pay the cash to continue to run the place with no bookings, if that should be the case. Other times you might be, if you start in July, you might get a whole bunch of bookings because there's a lot more demand and there's not a lot of supply. And you're going to find people might be a little braver to book, because even if you don't have a review, there's really not many other places they can go. So they're willing to take a chance on it. So lots of things to think about. But if you have questions, if you are interested in making a purchase in a vacation rental, please contact me. I have a wealth of knowledge in over 1,500 stays that we hosted in the last several years. And so I know a lot of what guests are looking for, and also the kind of revenues you can bring in, and also some of the pitfalls that you might run into. So please give us a call. You can reach out to me via message, email us at simpleliferentals@gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 888-980-1355. Thank you. That's all I have for today. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.